Hi, I'm Lynette and welcome to my channel. Today I am going to be sharing with you my six beauty game changers. Now I got this idea from Mel Thompson. She did a video titled the same thing, Beauty Game Changers, and when I watched her video I thought, I like that, and I immediately started thinking of my own beauty game changers. And these products that these 6 products that I'm going to mention are not new. They're not new inventions. They're not recent new inventions. They are just products that when I started my makeup journey, that when I first used them and started using them for the first time, they were game changers for me and in my beauty routine. So I'm going to go over those 6. I'm going to start with the Beauty Blender. I mean, for me, this was a game changer. Prior to the Beauty Blender, when I first started applying foundation, I used my hands. No, I used the brush. I used the brush initially, and then I moved into using my hands to apply my foundation. And then when the Beauty Blender got released, this is a new one, so it's really small. I think they've actually made them smaller now, but I digress. When the Beauty Blender was introduced, I don't know how many years ago now, I thought, a $20 makeup sponge? A sponge to apply your foundation? But I gave it a try, reluctantly, because $20 is a lot to spend on a sponge that you're eventually going to throw away. But once I tried it, I never went back, and I haven't gone back. Now I will still use a brush to apply some cream and powder foundations, but when it comes to liquid foundations, and that's primarily what I use, I always use a makeup sponge. Now I have since gotten away from the Beauty Blender because it's $20, and I've gone on to find many more comparable makeup sponges for way less money. But for me, the first one that started it all was the Beauty Blender, and it's certainly been a game changer for me in my beauty routine. Next up is something that I'm sure has been in the beauty community and the beauty industry for many years, but it was new to me, and that's primer, face primer. And I still remember the first time I used a face primer and discovered that it really did help keep makeup on my oily skin. Now there are a lot of people out there that don't believe or unsure if primers really make a difference, but it has definitely made a difference in my makeup application. And the one that I have been using for many years now, and you've heard me talk about it on my channel before, is the Present by Philosophy. And this is a smoothing primer, and it can also double as a moisturizer. But it also helps to, it's oil free, and it also helps to keep your makeup on. And I do remember the first time I used this primer and went through my day and my makeup didn't melt off my face. So for me, primers work. I have since gone on to use other primers, the Fenty Beauty primer, the Sephora Beauty Amplifier, which is a very mattifying primer that I use in my T-zone or my eyebrows. I've used other smoothing primers, the Tatcha, the Lancome, but primer for me, especially the primer that's marketed as will help your makeup stay on your face, has definitely really changed things up for me. If we're talking about products that have helped makeup remain on my face throughout the day, then I have to mention the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Now I had used, I think in the beginning, because this is expensive, now it's $33, I believe. It was maybe $32 up until recently. So you know, venturing out into makeup and not wanting to spend a whole lot of money if I didn't have to, I started off using the NYX setting spray, the matte setting spray, and the dewy setting spray, and I really didn't believe, and I still don't, that those setting sprays did anything for the longevity of my makeup. But once I finally broke down and spent the money and got the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray, I was sold. Again, I remember the first time I used this setting spray, and I was amazed at how well my makeup wore throughout the day. Again, I'm very oily, and this really helped me. Again, there are a lot of people that aren't sure if setting sprays help them, but I know for a fact it helps me, and this one is definitely one that's helped me. And it's to the point where I only buy it. I did buy Scandinavia makes this spray, and they also have their own line of setting sprays. They have one for weddings, they have one that's matte, that's all day, and da da da. And I did use one of those, and again, kept me snatched all day long. So yeah, this one is found at Sephora. I'm sure Ulta sells it as well. You can find it on the Urban Decay website. So this is the one that I just purchased. I repurchased time and time again because it keeps my makeup on, y'all. Okay. Now, a more recent, I'm not going to say discovery, but something that I more recently incorporated into my makeup application, and that is the color switch. And this one here is from Vera Mona. It is the color switch. So I guess this is the one that's called color switch, but when I say color switch, I just mean color switch in general, where you have this, like, it looks sort of like a Brillo pad and you can take your eyeshadow brush, you can take any brush. I use it for my eyeshadow brushes. This is the mini, and you can use a brush and then take that brush, wipe it on here, and it'll knock the color off so that you can immediately go in with another color on the same brush and use it on your eyes. And I was a little skeptical about that at first. I'm like, huh, what? And it's dry, and you use it dry, and it's a dry brush. And I finally broke down and I bought the color switch by Vera Mona, the mini one. This cost me $14. Okay, I was not a happy camper about that, but I tried it and it actually works. So what I went on ahead and did is I went to Amazon and I bought me a bootleg one. Same exact thing, $6. Much bigger. Okay, and this is what I use. You use this and then you turn it around when that's full of color, and you can use the other side, and then when you need to wash it, you can just wash it. I wash it with some antibacterial dishwashing soap. You let it dry, and you're back in business again. I even recently bought another one from Target. They were on sale for like $2.50. This one is from Sonia Kashuk. Same exact thing. So yeah, this for me has definitely been a game changer, because now I don't have to wash my brushes as much. I know I should. We all should. Speaking of brush cleaning, another product that was game changing for me are the instant antibacterial brush cleaners, and the one that I use is from Cinema Secrets, and it's their makeup brush cleaner. And this is a huge bottle. I don't even remember. I've probably had this at least a year. I'm sure I bought it probably during a Sephora VIB sale or a sale at Cinema Secrets. I'm sure I've had this for at least a year, probably more like 2, and I'm going to be needing another one. Probably not that soon, but at some point. And this, my goodness, again, as a lazy person that doesn't like to wash her brushes as frequently as she should, this here will allow you to clean your brushes. It has antibacterial agents in it, and it will clean your brush on the spot and dries it. Your brush dries instantly, to where once again you can immediately use it. So you can use a brush to apply a color. I put this in a spray bottle. It also comes in a spray bottle, and I did buy a spray bottle for it, but I do have it in a spray bottle. This is one that I used to use. It's called Brush Off, but this one was kind of, you know, a little more taxing to try and get. So now I use the Cinema Secrets, and it comes in such a huge bottle. But I have it here in a spray bottle, and when I use my brush for a makeup look, I'll spray this on it and rub the brush in a towel, and it will knock off the color. It will clean the brush. It will sanitize the brush, and the bristles dry instantly, and I can go in immediately with another color on the same brush. So I used to use this a whole lot. I understand now I really need to use soap and water more often just to wash my brushes, to truly wash them. But I still use this every now and again. I have so many brushes now where I don't really need to use it as often, but when I had just a few brushes, this was my best friend. Now, I would not suggest you use this on your natural hair brushes. This contains a lot of alcohol. That's one of the reasons why it dries so quickly once you use it on your brush. So I don't use this on my natural hair brushes, but in a pinch, when I'm feeling really lazy and everything is dirty, I will use this to clean my brush before I really clean my brush. Okay, and then last but not least, the last game-changing product that I have is a brush. We've been talking about brush cleaning. Now I'm going to talk about a brush, and it is an oldie but a goodie, the MAC 217. Remember this brush? They still make this brush, but this is the natural hair version. They no longer make the natural hair brushes anymore, but this was my first high-end natural hair brush purchase, and this is the one that started it all. From then on, I branched out to buying this type of brush from other brands multiple times. For me, this like flat but fluffy eyeshadow shading brush was everything. And when I bought a blending brush, this is the archetype, the prototype. This is the brush I always bought, and I have it in Sigma many times over. I have it in BH Cosmetics, I have it in the Wayne Goss, I have it in Sonia G, but this is the brush that really changed the game for me. At one point, it was really the only brush I wanted to use, and I often used to do an eyeshadow look. It just has the perfect amount of density and fluffiness, and can go right there to blend out shadows on the outer V. It works beautifully in the crease. That's probably more what it's made for, but I can blend shadows on the outer V, blend shadows in the crease, blend out edges of shadows. I mean, it's an all-around workhorse brush, and so the MAC 217 is the one that started it all for me, got me excited about eyeshadow brushes, and yeah, so it's forever going to be a beauty game changer in my book. And that's it. Short but sweet, I think, I hope. My 6 beauty game changers. If given myself more time, I probably could have come up with a host more. But I want to know from you, what are some of your beauty game changers? Let me know in the comments below. If you liked this video, then please give it a like and consider subscribing, because I do these types of videos along with makeup hauls, swatches, and tutorials and makeup reviews here on my channel every Saturday. I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope to see you again next week. Until then, bye-bye.